Mr. Jackson usually ate dinner with his kids as often as possible. If for some reason Mr. Jackson was late getting back home from his daily agendas, the kids would insist to wait as long as possible until he returned. If it ran over a certain period, Mr. Jackson would phone the kids and tell them to go ahead and have dinner without him. The times when Mr. Jackson did not have dinner with the kids, or he couldn't get back in time to have dinner with the kids, the youngest, Blanket, would always sit at the head of the table where Mr. Jackson would normally sit. And that was fine with Prince, and that was fine with Paris. They never made any qualms or anything about it. I mean, he was the youngest. On one occasion, it was in the morning when my shift had just started. I arrived, I had got dressed, and as I was getting dressed, Prince knocked on the employees' quarters door, and he asked me if I saw their bird in that area or the kitchen area, to let him know because the bird was missing. And it's a very nice story, sad story also, but I was asked to help them find the bird because the bird wind up missing in Paris' room while she was sleeping, and from their understanding, one of the cats knocked over the cage. Okay, so I proceeded to look throughout the kitchen and the employees' areas, the dry storage areas. Okay, I noticed that there were some feathers on the kitchen floor, and at that point, Paris had came back up to the kitchen, and I said to Paris, I said, this may not be true, but if you see these feathers down here, I said, I believe the cat got the bird. And she got upset at that point, and she said, well, that's not true, because where's the blood? And I said, there doesn't necessarily have to be any blood if the cat just grabbed the bird. And then maybe 10 to 15 minutes later, Mr. Jackson and Prince and Blanket, they came back up into the kitchen area, and Mr. Jackson had told me that they had found the bird down in the movie theater, and the cat had ripped the bird up. And Mr. Jackson thanked me, and the nanny for looking around on the upper level for the bird. And then the kids were very upset. They were crying at that point. Prince proceeded to go into the backyard area, and he had like a small hand shovel, and I believe he buried the bird in the backyard area. And, they were so upset they didn't even want to have lunch. So they skipped lunch, and it was like they were in mourning that whole afternoon.